Welcome back to the channel, friends. Today is a fantastic day to dive into the absolute madness that is Port Charles. We have a massive update to unpack, so grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's jump straight into the thick of it. The air in Port Charles just got sucked straight out of the room. A ghost has walked back through the hospital doors, carrying the weight of unspeakable horrors, and the seismic shift in momentum is about to shatter everything. The impossible choices facing Jason will leave collateral damage in every direction, and no one is safe from them. Oh my god. I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen. If you watch the latest weekly promo, you know exactly why I am currently losing my actual mind and hyperventilating into a paper bag. I was sitting here eating my dinner, literally just having a peaceful meal, and I actually choked on my food when Jason walked through those hospitals. My jaw dropped. I had to pause and text my friend immediately because the level of unhinged drama we are about to get is off the charts. Seriously, I am not okay. I am so far from okay that I don't even know what okay looks like. Oh wait, before that happened actually. Let's rewind. Let's talk about how Jason actually got back to Port Charles. Because I forgot to mention earlier, but he's been back for a week. A whole week. And he didn't tell anyone. I am literally shaking, just thinking about the sheer audacity of this man. Well, okay, he didn't tell almost anyone. He was just standing there on the dock by the Quartermain boathouse, like a literal phantom. Imagine the cinematic tension of that moment. The fog rolling in off the water, the dark shadows, the moonlight hitting the dock, and Jason just standing there, processing the fact that he is breathing. And then Danny finds him. Danny, who has been spiraling and trying to break into the WSB and basically losing his mind over his dad taking the fall for Rocco. Danny just stumbles upon him by accident. I'm crying just thinking about it. The pure emotion on Danny's face when he sees his dad standing. I am honestly weeping. It is so dramatic. But why didn't he tell anyone else? Why would he do that? I mean, I get it, but also the audacity. He only tells Danny and Tracy Quartermain. Tracy? Of all people in Port Charles, he chooses Tracy Quartermain to hold his secret. He asks Tracy to tell Alexis Davis, which is honestly such a random but iconic chain of communication. I am obsessed with the idea of Jason and Tracy having a secret alliance on a foggy dock. But he leaves everyone else completely in the dark. And don't even get me started on that. The whole town has been mourning him, fighting for him, stressing over him, and he just dips out for a father-son trip. Which, okay, is sweet. I love that he is prioritizing Danny. I literally love it so much. But the chaos it is going to cause when they officially return on Friday, July 20th. Mark my words, people are going to be furious. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about the flight home from Jakarta because this is the darkest thing ever and I am so entirely stressed about it. Jason sat next to Tristan Roberts on the... You know, the new doctor guy. Tristan is a heart surgeon, which is irrelevant, but I just remembered it. His hair was looking very nice on that. Okay, where was I? Right, so Jason. Jason is on this plane, and he is having the most horrific nightmare. He is flashing back to the WSB Black site in Jakarta. And guys, Jason looks rough. He is beat up, he is exhausted, his eyes have this hollow, haunted look that just screams pure trauma. The show is heavily implying that he suffered severe, unspeakable abuse at that Black site. Possibly even of a sexual nature, which is so incredibly dark and heartbreaking I literally can't even process. I'm dead. Not actually dead, but my heart is broken into a million pieces. This kind of trauma completely destroys a person's self-image. It shatters them from the inside out. Jason is not the same man who left. He is fundamentally, irrevocably. So now we cut to General Hospital. The Britt is back. Britt Westbourne has her jaw back. She is wearing her crisp white doctor's coat, and she is grinning from ear to ear. She looks so happy. She survived the Tortola arrest. She survived the saline fake-out. She survived being manipulated by Cullum. And now she is standing in the hospital lobby expecting her knight in shining armor to sweep her off her feet. She expects Jason to rush in, grab her, hug her, kiss her, and tell her everything is going to be okay. She has been waiting for this moment since he got hauled away in handcuffs. I am literally yelling at my screen, Britt, no! Protect your heart, because she has absolutely no idea what is about to happen. She doesn't know he's been back for a week. She doesn't know he ghosted her. She needs to get it together. I swear. because this is going to end badly. I was like, are you serious? When I realized they were going to tear them apart immediately. And then the hospital doors slide open. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a scalpel. Jason walks in. But he doesn't look like the Jason who promised her the world. He looks like a man walking to his own execution. He is dreading this encounter. You can see it in every single micro expression on Steve Burton's face. He is physically pulling away before she even touches him. He is probably just there for a medical checkup because, let's face it, he needs a full workup after Jakarta. But Britt is an OB, GYN, so she isn't going to be treating him. Tristan is a heart surgeon, so he isn't treating him either unless there's some cardiac issue from the torture. Why am I obsessing over their medical specialty? I don't know, my brain is just firing on all cylinders right now and I can't focus on anything but the impending heartbreak. But back to the scene. Jason is looking at Britt, and Britt is looking at Jason, and the disconnect is actually agonizing. I can't breathe. I am so stressed. Jason has learned the hardest lesson of his life in that black site. He realized that the mob, the danger, the running around saving everyone else, it cost him his son. It cost Danny his father. And Jason is done. He is completely, 100% done. He is choosing Danny. He's prioritizing his child over everything and everyone else, including Britt. And honestly, can you blame him? After what he went through, the abuse, the torture, the isolation, it messes with a man. It makes him realize that romantic relationships are just another vulnerability. He cannot be the man Britt needs right now. He can barely be a man for himself. I am calling it now. This rejection is going to send Britt spiraling. She is going to be so deeply hurt that he didn't contact her for a week. She is going to feel like she wasn't important enough. But it's not about her. It's about Jason's survival. Why can't these characters just go to therapy? Seriously, Port Charles needs a dedicated trauma center just for Jason. I am so invested in this. I feel like I am watching my actual friends go through a break. It is so dramatic. The way Jason just stands there, closed off, walls completely up, while Britt's smile slowly falters. It is cinema. It is absolute art. But it is also ripping my soul into tiny little pieces. Let's talk about the psychological layering here, because it is honestly brilliant but so painful. Jason has spent his entire adult life being the enforcer, the protector, the guy who takes the fall for everyone else. He took the fall for Rocco. He literally gave up his freedom for a teenager. And what did it get him? It got him thrown into a dark hole in Indonesia where he was stripped of his dignity and his humanity. When you go through something like that, you don't just bounce back. You don't just put on a leather jacket and go back to riding motorcycles and kissing girls. You survive. You just survive. And right now, Jason's only tether to survival, his only anchor to the real world, is Danny. Danny is the innocent part of his life. Danny is the part of his life that doesn't involve guns or cartels or WSB double agents. Taking Danny on that father-son trip was Jason's way of detoxing from the horror. It was his way of reminding himself that he is a father before he is a mobster, before he is a lover, before he is a savior. He needed that time away from the noise of Port Charles to just breathe. But of course, in Soapland, healthy decisions lead to massive drama. Because everyone else feels entitled to Jason's. They feel entitled to his protection. And Britt, bless her heart, feels entitled to his love. Which is insane, by the way, because Jason literally just got back from hell. Give the man a minute. But Britt has been through her own hell. She was gaslit into believing she was dying. She was manipulated by Cullum. She was arrested. She lost her medical license and had to fight tooth and nail to get it back. She is standing there in that white coat, holding on to her career and her hope, and Jason is the final piece of the puzzle. She thinks Jason is going to make her whole again. But Jason is broken. Two broken people can't fix each other when one of them is actively bleeding out emotionally. I just can't stop thinking about the plane ride. Tristan Roberts sitting there, probably reading a medical journal or something, while Jason is literally fighting demons in his. Did Tristan see the scars? Did he ask questions? Or did he just sit there in awkward silence while Jason woke up in a cold sweat, gasping for air? The implication of the abuse at the black site is so heavy. It completely recontextualizes Jason's entire character. If he was abused in that way, his self-image is shattered. His sense of bodily autonomy is gone. The thought of physical intimacy, even with someone he loves like Britt, is probably terrifying to him right now. He is dreading this encounter because he knows she is going to want to touch him, to hold him, to be close to him, and his body is screaming at him to run away. This is why he didn't tell anyone he was back. He couldn't face the expectations. He couldn't face Carly crying and hugging him. He couldn't face Sonny demanding his loyalty. He couldn't face Britt wanting his heart. He just wanted Danny. He just wanted the one person who looks at him with pure, uncomplicated love. And Tracy. I still can't get over the fact that Tracy Quartermaine was the one who kept his... Tracy, who usually has a sarcastic comment for everything, probably just looked at Jason standing on that dock and saw exactly how broken he was. She saw a man who had nothing left to give. And she respected that. She told Alexis because Jason asked her to, but she didn't blow his cover. That is actual character growth for Tracy Quartermaine, and I am here for it. But Friday, July 24, is going to be the day of reckoning. Jason and Danny are coming back from their trip, and the whole town is going to realize that Jason has been holding out on them. The betrayal they are going to feel is going to be so loud. I can already hear the screaming matches. But the loudest silence is going to be between Jason and Britt. When he walks through those hospital doors, and she sees the emptiness in his eyes, I am going to need a box of tissues. I am honestly so exhausted by how much I care about these fictional people. I am sweating just typing this. I feel like I need to go lie down in a dark room and process my feelings. But I can't sleep because I need to know what happens next. Is Britt going to fight for him? Or is she going to take one look at his closed-off face and realize that the Jason she fell in love with died in that black site? Is Jason going to push her away so hard that she never comes back? And what about Danny? Is Danny going to be enough to keep Jason grounded? Or is the trauma going to pull Jason up? I am predicting right now that this is going to be the most agonizing, slow-burn angst storyline of the entire summer. We are going to watch Jason struggle to put the pieces of his life back together, and we are going to watch Britt struggle to understand why she isn't enough to fix him. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be iconic. It is going to be completely unhinged. And I am going to be sitting here, eating my dinner, literally choking on my food every single time they share a screen. Okay, I need to wrap this up before I actually short-circuit my keyboard from typing so fast. The drama is peaking, the stakes have never been higher, and the emotional devastation is... Jason is back, but he is not the same, and Port Charles is never going to be the same. Will Jason's trauma permanently destroy his future with Britt, or can their love survive the darkest shadows of his... Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and join our community.